Hey guys, Miss Adventure 90 here. What's up? So I've been a little slacking at my video production lately. There were some different things that I was planning on working on, and they haven't quite come together exactly like I wanted. I've been recording, actually did like another video before this one, but I wasn't 100% happy with it, so I didn't post it. But it was in regards to like my kind of like movie and TV show review type thing or whatever I was going to have going on, but I'll still work on that later. But I was inspired though by something I saw last night, and it reminded me of something, and I wanted to do a video about that today. Hence the title, If I Knew Then, What I Know Now, my vlog of, yeah, what things I would have changed if I would have known better when I was younger. I'm not that old. You guys know from my 100 Questions vlog that I did, I'm only 24 years old. I'll be 25 this year in November. But in that time, there are things that I can for sure say that, looking back on when I was younger, if I would have known better or had like a little bit more insight, things I definitely would have done differently. And although I know that there's no way to really go back and change the past, you can totally always change your future. And the reason that I'm actually doing this video, like I said, is because I was inspired, but also kind of, I guess, is like a motivational thing for some of my followers, because it occurred to me the other night. I was streaming, I was on Twitch, and I talked to some of my followers or whatever outside of Twitch. We have I have my Facebook page, we talk there, and on my Twitter and things like that. And a lot of my followers are actually younger. They're like 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, and I'm like, dang, I thought everybody was like grown like me, but apparently not. But the last stream I was on, if you were sharing like, their, goals, like their kind of like, life's dream, like dream job, like one of them wants to be like a stand-up comedian, but, he was kind of sharing some of like his kind of like insecurities about wanting to do it, and, just like natural fears and stuff of, wanting to pursue something so big. And I don't know, I was thinking about that. And me and Late Night Gaming went for a walk yesterday at one of our favorite beaches out here in San Diego. And there is it's actually kind of like a pub and taco stand type restaurant deal or whatever. And they have an art wall. And the last time we passed by, the picture changed. Somebody painted over it and did a new mural. But the last time we were there, the mural that they had up was done by this artist named Morley. He's from Los Angeles. He does like, street art all over the place. And the picture that he painted wasn't really so much a mural. It was really kind of like a blank canvas. And it was like kind of like a self-portrait of himself on one side, kind of way far off, and just all this space. And he left chalk there for people to leave a message to their younger selves. And, the title of the mural, I believe, was If I Knew Then What I Know Now. And I never actually wrote on the wall. I thought about it, but I didn't. I figured, it is chalk. It rains out here, it gets misty, it's gonna, wash away or whatever. And somebody ended up painting over it anyway. But that walk last night, that talk on stream kind of got me thinking about some different things. And the last straw for me, which made me like just, I have to do this video now, was me flipping through Instagram. I'm not as big of an Instagram addict as I used to be. Thank God I have more going on in my life now than I did before. But I've been sketching a lot. You guys who follow me on Twitch know that I sketch and I draw and stuff like that on my stream. And I'll be honest, like I enjoy drawing, I really do, but sometimes I really kind of feel kind of insecure about some of the stuff I make. I'm really hard on myself about, anything I create, honestly. If it's a makeup look, if it's a sketch or whatever, I'm really just like, I want to nail it. Like I just want to knock it out the park. And because I haven't drawn in such a long time, all my drawings don't come out that great. And some of them I feel like I could do so much better. And then I see, you like things on Instagram and it'll show you, things related to the things that you liked. I've been getting like so many more like sketch artists and stuff lately, and cartoonists, and they're awesome. They're so freaking awesome. And what did it for me was this user I found, just stumbled onto her page. She does mostly anime. She's only 14 years old. And her drawings, I feel like we're kind of like on the same skill level. And I was so stoked about her pictures because they're really good. And at the same time, I felt kind of like with mine, because I'm like, damn, like if I would have kept drawing, who knows how good I could be now. I look at some of the people that I follow and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're shading, this lighting, these colors, these techniques. How did they learn how to do this stuff? Can I still learn how to do this? I mean, I want to get better. Look at these people. They're so awesome, so amazing. And where I was once pretty good, I'm now all right. And I know that and I'm okay with that. But it just really got me thinking, like, this girl, she has so much potential. And I was just like, you got to use this stuff. Don't stop, for the love of God, whatever you do. Don't stop doing what you're doing if you really love this. And I just like left her a little comment, you're really good at this. Please keep going. Don't stop drawing. Please don't stop drawing. You're amazing. Who knows where you're going to be a few years from now. You're great. You're awesome. Keep going. So those are the three things, my three little influences, inspirations for doing this video. And so I made myself a little list in my journal. You guys can't even see what I wrote there. There it is. You can see a little bit. So I thought I'd share with you guys, 7 things after thinking about it for a little bit. If I knew then what I know now, things I would have done differently. And I don't know, maybe you guys feel the same way. Maybe you guys can relate, but if nothing else, I'm really doing this for my viewers, like just kind of like as an encouragement thing. And anybody else, honestly, who might come across this video, if you're younger, if you're older, just, as long as you've got air in your lungs, as long as you're still alive, you've got, time and opportunity and space to do and become and, just be whoever, whatever you want. You have the potential, you have the space and capacity to do it, so just go for it. So enough of my little Shia LaBeouf speech. Just do it. Here's my list. So if I knew then what I know now, number 1, I wouldn't have stopped practicing my craft. That one, like I said, it hits really close to home because I used to love to draw. People ask me on stream all the time, did you go to school to learn how to draw, or, are you just self-taught? And I guess self-taught, but honestly, I don't even feel like I really am self-taught. I am, but it doesn't feel that way. It's just something that I've always done. Like ever since I was a little girl, I always colored, I always drew. But I'm not going to call anybody out on this. I'm not, because that's not what I'm here to do. But I allowed people in my life to influence me in a negative way that made me feel like my talent and my gift really wasn't all that. And that it wasn't worth putting the time and effort to get better at it. And that there was no foreseeable future or career path or anything profitable to be gained from pursuing drawing other than becoming a sketch artist at an amusement park. And that was pretty much all I could do. After hearing that over and over again, I'm trying to kind of keep it together because it's still a little bit of a soft spot because it's something that I really love. But after hearing stuff like that over and over again, the things that you say to people are like seeds. They plant, they take root. And if enough seeds get planted, enough water gets thrown on them, something's going to come out of it. And for me, I finally started believing that, hey, you're probably right. My drawings really aren't that good. I know so many other people and see so many other people who are way better at this than I am. I'm probably never going to be that good. I'm going to stop. So I did. I stopped. I didn't draw for years. I think I was maybe middle school, freshman in high school, and I pretty much just stopped. I do other things and stuff. I write, short stories and like poetry and stuff like that or whatever, but I started focusing more on that and I completely let my drawings go completely. Just completely let it go. And if I would have known better, I would have told them to shove it because you don't know anything. And people who tell you that about your gifts or your talents, whether you're an expert or an amateur, a beginner, intermediate, expert level, doesn't matter. If it's something that you are talented in, or even just something that you could have absolutely no talent in the thing whatsoever, but you know what? If you freaking love it, go for it. There is nothing to stop you. There is nothing to stand in your way. If you really want something, There's nothing stopping you from getting it and being excellent and expert and just the best at it. The only thing standing in your way truly is you. That's it. That's the only thing. That is the only person. But if you want something and you really want to do it, go for it. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Just don't. So, on a lighter note, number two, I wouldn't have worried so much about what others thought of me. That's a hard one. That's a hard one, even as an adult. Like, I mean, most of us would like to believe that we're not, insecure to some degree about, other people's perception of us. But we are. Everybody is. Because people want to be perceived well. People want others to look at them a certain way and feel a certain way about them. People want to be liked generally. But I think my antidote to that is just be honest with yourself. Don't worry so much about other people. Other people have their own stuff going on, and their opinion of you is more of a reflection on them than it is on you. Other people's opinions of you really don't have that much to do with you for the most part. It's their worldview. They're seeing you through their own life, through their own eyes, through their own view. Their life experiences have given them a pair of glasses, and they see things a certain way because of the experiences that they've had in their life. And with those glasses, that's how they see you. So if it's good, if it's bad, take it with a grain of salt. Other people's personal opinions of you aren't always accurate. Number three, I wouldn't have defined, ooh, that's a good one. I wouldn't have defined my beauty by male attention. So I would throw it out to all my little chicas out there, but guys too, hell, whatever. Don't, that's hard. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm doing this more so for my younger followers and stuff. Like I said, I've got teenagers, preteens in my Twitch chat and stuff sometimes. And yeah, I hear some of the stuff, the stories, some of the little drama kind of stuff that goes on at that age. And it's like, oh man, if you only knew, it's really not that big of a deal. It's not as bad as it seems. It's really not. Do not define your beauty or your worth, for that matter, based on other people's attention or praise or whatever. Other people have nothing to do with that. You could be the most drop dead gorgeous person in the world, but if you don't believe it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. You could look like Beyonce, J-Lo, freaking Halle Berry, anybody, freaking anybody. Doesn't matter. If you don't know yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't value yourself, other people's opinions won't mean squat. And at the same token, if you let other people's opinions and views of you destroy you or break you down or make you feel like you are not beautiful, you are not attractive, you are not worthy of their time or space or attention because you're just not what they want, then that's fine. What they think of you is their business, not yours. What you think of you is really the only thing that matters. So you have to know and be convinced in yourself more than you're trying to convince anybody else that you're awesome. You're awesome. You're great. You're excellent. You are not perfect, but shit, nobody is. Nobody's perfect. Not one single person. I don't care what they look like, where they're from, how much money they make, their status, their class, whatever, don't matter. They could look like freaking Kim Kardashian, but they got web toes. Nobody's perfect. And no offense to the people who have web toes, because I'm sure there's some very wonderful people. But no one's perfect. We live in a world of total imperfection. There is only the false illusion and pretense of perfection. True perfection does not exist in this world. It doesn't. Does not. So don't fall for that okie doke. Number 4, I would have spent more time alone. And that I know that sounds kind of like, really, Miss Adventure? You would have been a loner? But yeah, I would have. Because you know what? Being a little bit older, the times that I have gotten like the most clarity, out of situations. And I mean by that, like, things I'm going through, things I'm having trouble figuring out, or, just, anything. The more time and space I gave myself to just kind of like be in my thoughts, to just think and just, just kind of think to myself a little bit, I'm able to work through things better. Maybe that's not true for everybody, but like I said, this is, if I would have known then what I know now, I would have given myself the space that I needed, created more space that I needed to have some peace. And that's the main thing, creating a place of peace for yourself, because life is hectic. As a teenager, as an adult, as a preteen, maybe even as a child nowadays, who knows? But life is crazy. Life can get hella hectic real quick. Things happen, life happens, and sometimes it feels like there is no escape from it. It's just everything is going on all at once, and you just want to pass out and die 3 times and say, I give up, and just fall off a cliff. It feels like that sometimes. And if you haven't felt that way, it may very well feel like that sometimes. That's where you got to find your spot, your quiet place, your peaceful zone, or whatever. If it's taking a walk, if it's, going for a coffee or something, or just doing like Grey's Anatomy and rocking out to some music till you just too tired to dance anymore and you pass out on the floor. Whatever it is you need to do to find your space, your peace, your center, or whatever, do it. Because nothing is better for you and your body, mind, spirit than that. You need to find a place of peace, because without it, there's too much going on in the world, too much going on in life. So many things happen and can happen. You need to find a place where you can like recoup and, basically keep yourself together, Number 5, I wouldn't let fear keep me from doing the things that I love. Let you in on a little bit of secret. And it's funny because people ask me this also quite a bit on stream sometimes, if I sing. And I'm like, no. Because I don't. I really don't, like, except in the shower. Even when I was like going to church, like I sang in the choir, I kind of was like background somewhere. I was not lead. I actually, truthfully, in my life up until this point, I really was not like too much of a lead anything. I was very comfortable playing the background, and I'll throw that in there as an extra. If I would have known then what I know now, I wouldn't have been an extra in my life. I would have been the main character like I should have been. But I've always kind of loved singing, like I have, and it felt kind of like, I don't know, like everybody wants to be a singer, everybody likes singing, of course they do, and I had singers and stuff in my class and stuff who were really good, and it's like, well, I kind of want to sing too, and so, again, sang a little bit in front of some people, some family members, and kind of same thing, it's like, oh yeah, oh no, probably not, no, it's like, but I can be honest with myself. I can carry a tune. I'm not the best singer. My voice cracks. My vocal muscles aren't that strong. I'm not professionally trained. But compared to some people that I have heard, I can sing a little bit. A little bit. In fact, if I were to start doing voice lessons now and, continue working at it, I'd wager to say I could actually be pretty doggone good. But because I was shy and someone kind of planted a seed of insecurity, I never really wanted to perform in front of people because I thought they would think the same thing that person thought, that I was really not that good, and yeah, no, get off the stage. I wouldn't have let that happen. I would have did it anyway. Like, you don't like it, you don't like the way I sing, you know what? That's okay. I'm still gonna go do it at the talent show though. But that's me. Number 6, and this is a really, really good one. Especially for me, I would have fought harder for my voice. Like, it's hard sometimes growing up, especially if you don't have people like providing you the right kind of encouragement, to sometimes be swept up in just going along with what other people say, especially if it's like, your parents or, big brother, big sister or something. Kind of goes back to the whole playing an extra. Like, just rolling with the punches, not really making any decisions or choices for yourself because you feel like, you don't have the right or space to. But you have to understand you're your own person. And again, whether you're 13, 9 years old, 24, 56, you got to live your life for yourself. Now, as a child, it's a little bit different because, yeah, you got parents and their rules and things, but at the same point, you're still a person. you still have a God-given right to your own voice, to voice your opinions, your likes and your dislikes. No one should be able to take that away from you. No one should be able to make you feel like your opinion doesn't matter, or like you don't have a right to choose what you want in your life and what you don't, because you do. That's your right. And I can only imagine it's kind of hard balancing that as a parent, because it's like, maintaining a level of respect and all that kind of stuff, or, being a kid and, dealing with that with a parent. But that's just something that you got to kind of work on and balance out, because that is just really important. Understanding you're your own person, understanding you have a voice, not letting anybody make you feel like you don't have a right to speak for yourself, because it's your life. It affects you. So if you don't speak up for yourself, most of the time, nobody else is going to, so you have to. And number 7, bringing it home. Number seven, I would not give my time away to people who are not worthy of it. Boom. That's a big one. And that took me a while to it just took a minute. And that kind of goes back to the whole valuing yourself thing. Don't give your time, because time is the most precious thing in the world that we have. It's not money, it's not land, it's not resources, it's time. Because we don't know how much that we have. I mean, we like to all think that, we live a long life to grow and be old people. And though that may be the case for some of, if not most of us, that won't be the case for every single person. It might not be the case for me. I don't know. No, none of us really know. Anything can happen. You can walk out today and go to the store and get hit by a bus. And what did I spend my time doing? Well, I spent, the last 5 years of my life, with a group full of friends who don't even know my middle name or care. I spent my last 10 years of my life on a job that I fucking hate and cannot stand, and it makes me just want to tear my eyes out my head. But I gave my time to it because that's what you're supposed to do as an adult. I understand things happen. I understand things get in the way. Life happens. Sometimes there are things you got to do that you really just don't want to do. Like work at a job that you really don't like or something. That's life. That happens. But as much as it can be helped, do not give your time away to things and people that make you miserable, that make you unhappy, that make you feel bad, that drain you of your talents and your passion and your ambition. Don't invest your time in things that don't give back to you in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't always have to be monetary or whatever, but just understand this. Your time is something you don't get back. You don't. You lose money on a business investment or something like that, you can make that money up somewhere. But your time is something you can't get back. These last few minutes of me doing this video, time that I'm never going to get back. But you know what? I feel like it was worth it to come on here and to say all these things, because maybe there's somebody who might see this video who needed to hear this, one of these 7 things or something in this video. Because look, growing up is hard. Not the hardest thing in the world that you could possibly do, but it's hard. It's hard finding your place. It's hard trying to find out who you are. It's hard to pursue your passions. It's hard to get over your fear and go after what it is you really want in the world. And I'm kind of in that space right now where I'm really going for it for the first time ever. And so looking back, if I would have known these 7 things, when I was younger, there's no telling how far ahead in life I might be now. Maybe I'd be in the same place, maybe not, I highly doubt it, but I feel like it was worth it. So I said all that to say, that's me. if I would have known these 7 things when I was younger, I would be a much different person than I am today. I believe a much better person, a much more productive and further along in her life person. But that's me. So what is it for you? So that's the end. I'm done wasting your, you know what? I take that back. That wasn't a waste. That was a good video. If you liked it or not, it was a good video, damn it. But that's it for my 25 minutes of your time for today. And yeah, so if you guys want to chat it up, leave a comment, like, subscribe. If you want to continue the conversation, you can follow me on my Facebook page, Misty Advent. I will send you a link in the description box somewhere. And that's it. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys later. I'm going to be working on some gameplay videos today later, so I'll be uploading those sometime tonight or tomorrow. And I will be back on streaming as of tomorrow night. So until then, I will see you later, my loves. Mwah. Adios.